As we continue our exploration of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, let us delve into a profound insight gleaned from today's study. Yesterday, we touched upon the idea of yoga as Chitta Vritti Nirodh, which we translated loosely as the silencing of the mind. Here, we must remember that this silencing is not our ultimate goal, but rather a means to an end. The third sutra presents us with the true culmination of our practice, Tadaa drashtuh svaroope avasthaanam, meaning that when this silencing occurs, the seer attains a state of being established in its true form. This sutra invites us to reflect deeply on what it means to be the seer. But before we can grasp this, we must understand a fundamental aspect of spirituality, the distinction between doing and non-doing. Life often requires us to engage actively in certain pursuits, pushing us to take initiative and exert our willpower. Yet, there are other moments where action must yield to a state of waiting, of stillness, where we allow things to unfold naturally. Picture the difference as akin to running a race versus tending to a garden. In a race, you must act decisively, training your body, improving your speed, pushing your limits. But when you plant seeds in your garden, your role shifts. You cannot rush the flowers to bloom. Instead, you nurture the soil, provide water and sunlight, and then wait patiently for the growth to occur. This balance of action and inaction is vital to navigating our spiritual path. The second sutra emphasizes that the active part of yoga involves the silencing of our chitta, our mind, and its myriad thoughts. However, this pursuit can often lead to an identification with our own minds, where we say, "This is my chitta," and then try to manipulate and control it. But here lies the conundrum. Any effort to purify the mind does not automatically free us from the shackles of ego. The very act of doing can further entrench the identity of the doer and owner of the mind, binding us in a cycle of egoic thinking. Yet, if we approach this practice with an awareness that transcends the ego, with a spirit of humility and surrender, we begin to open ourselves to a deeper transformation. This is where we must embrace the notion that some aspects of our journey cannot be hurried along. We must recognize the importance of allowing change to naturally arise within us as we continue to refine our chitta. Consider the young artist who tirelessly paints every day, pouring their heart into their creations, yet awaits the moment of true inspiration that brings their art to life. While diligent practice is essential, they must also remain open and patient for that spark of creativity to emerge effortlessly. Similarly, as we work to purify our minds, we must also cultivate the grace to allow our true essence to reveal itself in its own time. In doing so, we create an inner space that encourages transcendence, a vast expanse of stillness where the mind quiets and the ego begins to dissolve. This is where we shift from being mere doers, caught in the hustle of accomplishment, to realizing the profound nature of our true being, an existence beyond all thoughts and identities. So, let us be mindful as we practice, to engage the active pursuit of silencing the mind, while also nurturing an understanding that some transformations are not actions we can force. Instead, we can only create the conditions for them to occur. This sacred interplay between doing and non-doing will guide us back to our true selves, where the seer truly dwells, awaiting the wondrous unfoldment of our existence. Thank you for being part of this journey together.